Hello again, loves. Rebecca here, and welcome back to another Brutus Monroe Design Team layout. Today we are playing with two of my favorite Brutus Monroe products. We have Candy Coat in yellow, and we have Aqua Pigment in yellow. And all of the items will be listed down below. I want to do a tone-on-tone, so that's why I've pulled both yellows. So we've got those two yellows. I'll leave them right there. We're going to do this one photo of me and my husband at the Wrigley Field Grateful Dead contest. He took a selfie. He did pretty good. I am also going to create some of these cute little gnomes, right? So we can show you on the back. And we're going to create these little guys because, you know, it's me and it's Rob. We're going to go with that. We're going to create a little mushroom as well. But it gives you all the pieces, and then it shows you how to go ahead and put that together. So I'm going to cut all of the things and assemble them off screen because it's going to take a while and it'll be noisy to run everything through my die cutting machine. As you see, it comes in this cute little package, right? And I will just, what I do is don't tell my husband, but I have a pair of his wire cutters and I just snip it all apart. So there is that. And also, I've had some people ask me about my sweatshirt every time I wear it because when I lean over. So this is something that my husband gave me for Christmas. And up here at the top it says The Dog Mother. And then he had it custom made with a picture of Bee and a picture of Maggie on it. Ah, sorry. Just wanted to share that because I really love this sweatshirt. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. We're going to focus heavily on creating these little guys and we're going to do tone-on-tone mixed media background. And I'm probably going to pull in some more yellow Brutus products, but definitely want to get these on there because they're going to be my main element on the background. They're going to create the majority of it. And then we're going to bring in the Mushroom Garden stamp set to add some contrast to the background. And also the Best China stencil. It's the February stencil. This is all the stuff for the February release. And I'm going to do some stenciling, but I'm going to do the stenciling with a black, just a random old black ink pen because I'm going to create the base of the page in yellow, and then we're going to do the stamping and the stencil work in black so that it really pops off the page. So we've got everything here we need to create. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what I want to pull from this monstrosity underneath all the fun Brutus Monroe products. And then we're going to start working on that together. So I'll be right back. Now for the fun part, right? Let's zoom in a little bit. And get some water on there. Shake up our Aqua Pigments. And just kind of let it wick a little. I'm actually kind of digging the way that's looking right like that, right? So I'm just going to drop it in more. Add a little bit more water. Just a couple places. So I do have my brush here because I do kind of want to draw some of the color up. And we're going to do some splatters. So I want to go ahead and just put some right on my media mat there. Add some water to it. And then this is just going to be our first layer. We're going to let this dry. And we're going to add more on top of it because the picture is going to pretty much sit right there. And so I don't want it to get covered up. So we are going to let it just start forming a little patch. We're going to have a patch over here. And patch up there. Alright, so we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to come back and put another layer on in just a minute. Look at how super cute these little guys are. So I've put him all together, very dimensional, very cute. These would make great toppers for a little card. And then I went ahead and I cut out more of the outline because my idea is to stick just one of the word, well, and then have this stuck over it. So you'll still be able to see that it says enjoy, but this is going to be real thick. So I did that for both the enjoy and the cheers. You just do that by layering several of them together. So we've got these guys. And I did go ahead and prep this with some gesso so that we can go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the Aqua pigment first, and I've just got the gesso kind of right in here. So we're just going to... And now the gesso I don't always use, but what it's primarily for is to keep... It's a barrier, okay, between the paper and the wet medium. So we're just going to add just a little bit of water, and we are just going to come in right with our finger and just kind of move this around. And as you see it moves, we're going to get it up here off the page. And bring it down. Kind of get our base layer going because we're going to put our photo. And then we are going to put on a lot of water, okay? And it's going to start to run. We're going to add more Aqua pigments because like anything, if you add water to it, it's going to mute the color. So I'm going to add more. So this is still wet. I did go ahead and trace portions of the stencil, but I didn't find a pin that worked really well, so I didn't keep going with it just because the whole, you know, the gesso and all the lovely mixed media that is on there. I do have all of the Aqua pigment is dry, and I do have one layer of the candy coat, and those are the parts where there's the sparklies at. So I went in and just now I've added thicker layers of the candy coat to get the texture and dimension on here. Before I added the candy coat, I did go ahead and stamp boop, 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 all over this and let it dry a little bit, so you can see it is kind of smearing a little bit, but that's because it's on the gesso. And that's just a regular ink pad because I went through like every black ink pad I had. But I'm really liking the way that this looks. So what I'm going to do is let this continue to dry. And then we'll come back and actually make a layout together. And ta-da! We are all finished. The only thing I'm going to do is add some sketchy lines just to hold it all in. But as you can see, I've got everything down. I tried to stay mostly the golden yellow and bright yellow to pull in the colors of mixed media that I used. And then I stamped all over it with a Brutus Monroe stamp, which happens to be one of the new releases. Let me just get that on there, let that dry because it's on top of gesso, so I don't want it to smear. I have got the little Nomi people. This one's popped up, they're both popped up on foam. I've got this document to kind of create a shelf to create the little people over there. We've got our enjoy, our cheers, and just a few little embellishments in and around. But as you can see, where the candy coat dried, it is all textured. Let me get that up there for you so you can see all the texture on that background. How fun is that? So super easy layout to create. I do have to go in and add a few more adhesive behind these because nothing sticks to gesso. But don't forget to head on over, pick up all this fun stuff from Brutus Monroe. Do all the good YouTube-y, fun, likey, share, join, you know, YouTube things. So we've just got some little clusters here. I did take just a few little like enamel pieces and all the little flowers just to create like a little bit more of a layout there. But yes, absolutely, this is one of my favorite designs to make, where you have the little mixed media over here in a little cluster and then a strip with a photo in it, and it is simply gorgeous. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll check you later with another video. Bye.